everybody. It's Just in Case from Americans Talking. Joining our friend and media personality without his bionics, Jerry Maldonado, back for another installment of Meatball Perspectives and Proverbs. Hello, Jerry. Welcome back to Americans Talking.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Can you hear us?
I can hear much better without my bionic man in my ear. I'm sorry.
Well, that's good. That's good.
It causes a lot of feedback, and I said, you know what? They're going to charge over there in the corner with the Bluetooth. I'm good. I'm good with that, man. But how is all of you out in the desert, man? You guys are good?
We're good. We're dry. You know, I always say the heat is over on Halloween, but we're still in the mid-90s.
Mid-90s. Mid-friggin' 90s. It's 40.
But it's over.
It's 40 degrees up here.
After tomorrow, it's over. No more heat for.
Oh my! Yes. I mean, this is what the night before Halloween, right? This was Mischief Night.
Right.
You remember that growing up?
No, I don't.
You guys didn't have Mischief Night? I can see my Facebook audience saying, "What?" Mischief Night was when all the teenagers' hormones kind of went crazy, man. And there was about 10 of us that we had our little club, our little tribe back then. And on Mischief Night, instead of throwing eggs at the house or soap in windows, that was kind of boring. We would move cars, man. And back then, we'd pick up VWs, carry them down the street, little Vegas, and you're talking the 70s now. And back then, the cars were great, little GMC Pacers, kind of thing. And we turned them all in different directions. So when they came out in the morning on the one-way street, I know it sounds so simple, they had to turn everything around, man. And it was a great time. It was a great time because we didn't really break anything as they had, but most kids were doing back then. We just kind of used our testosterone and moved stuff around. Very educated from a 15-year-old perspective.
Yeah, back then a car alarm was a German Shepherd.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, we ran from a lot of dogs, man. We did. we took a lot of chances back then, pardon the pun, as our potential show topic tonight, per se.
Okay. Let's talk chance, Jerry. What's happening?
Well, talk chance. I want to start with National Day of because it's National Text Your Ex Day. Why the hell would you do that? I don't know. That's definitely taking a chance. But for me, without taking a chance, I would not be sitting here right now. I heard something, Charles Kirk, I love the guy. He was a wholesome dude, loved his work, whatever he did. But he said something that I saw on a reel the other day that really got me thinking. He said, don't follow your heart, follow what you're good at. And I said, wait, you want to turn us into a bunch of proletarians? I'm good at baking, but I'm not going to sit there and do it all my life. This is, in other words, I took a chance and I'm here. Point being is I'm following my heart and I love what I do. So this might be tough for people to grasp, and then I said, wait, let me Google scripture on follow your heart. Yeah, and indeed it says in scripture, don't follow your heart. In so many verses, and I said, wait, there's a couple over here that are saying follow your heart. I said, guys, make up your friggin' mind. You want us to follow our heart or not? Point being is, if you don't take a chance, you're not taking a chance. You're giving yourself a chance. And if people realize that and understand what's going on in here and follow that little thing beating between our left and right shoulder blades here, per se, they'll realize where they're going in life. It's up to them. I got nowhere thinking like this. I got everywhere believing in this. What's your say on it?
Well, I agree with you, Jerry. It's more about follow your passion.
Yes.
It's not. Your passion is what's going to help you win the day. And when you bring up Scripture, there's so many things in Scripture that they want to tell us to be meek sheep. Well, you and I certainly aren't meek.
No. I mean, I wish everybody would adhere to that because one part they're saying the God dwells within us, but in the other verse they're saying follow this deity that's out there. And I talk a lot about this on America's Mentor. I try to explain to people my circumstance and how I got to where I am today. And I only got here because I finally followed my heart. I always had this vision as a kid growing up I would be on some kind of stage. But at the same time, your environment, my environment around me was all about work and only think about work, only just find the job per se. And I got really good at a couple of things, but I still wasn't happy. And it only wasn't until I sat down where I am now many, many moons ago and tried and got through the fears and the trials and the errors to really hit that sweet spot, that passionate spot. And I always knew I had it, but the world was telling me that I had to be this so-called proletarian out there. Don't follow your passion, follow what the world needs. What the world needs is the whole you. And your heart is going to tell you what to do, man. If I listened to my heart, I wouldn't have any exes right now. the red flag, don't marry that woman. It would have been out there. It was screaming at me. Granted, I love the exes. I know, don't get me wrong. But something told you don't get involved in what you don't listen to it because your mind takes control of the situation. It's only when I followed my heart that I became better at what I do. It's only when I followed my heart, everything fell together. And so many people have been trained otherwise. And you wonder why there's this dichotomy going on with Scripture saying, oh, I got to follow God. But wait, if God dwells within us, who are we supposed to follow? Follow your heart. Believe in it and know that you're gonna come out the best way you can.
Well, and as we all know, those of us that have read the Scripture, it's kind of a roller coaster.
Yes. I mean, paradoxal. I mean, what the heck? Make up your mind, Jeremiah. Come on, Matthew. What are you talking about? I mean, they go from up to down, but not in a bad sense. Don't get me wrong. Well, Charles Kirk said, he was speaking to a class of college people. He was saying, look, don't follow your heart. You're going to get in a lot of trouble. It even says it in Scripture. Hey, adultery and this and that. But point being is, if you do follow your heart's going to divulge exactly who you are. I mean, there's actually brain cells in the heart, and science has come such a long way. And the electromagnetic field in your heart just spans out beyond your physical presence. It's amazing. It's an amazing attraction force if you learn how to use it. First, learning how to use it is listening to it. If it's telling you to do something, if you feel deep down in your soul that what you want to have, be, and do can happen, indeed it will. And if it's telling you to don't do this and don't do that, in other words, you're feeling about it, don't do it. But we're taught completely and utterly otherwise, to live from the outside world. It's when I started living inside that I created a better outside.
Well, as you and I would say, you need to get in touch with your heart. You have to get in touch with your real heart. Don't be following a tainted heart. A tainted heart is going to have you out wearing masks and protesting things you don't even understand.
Man, I mean, there's so many variables involved with this, and people have a hard time trusting, their gut, their instincts in life. But we all have something to give, and I'm always pointing to this area here because that's where it is, man. You got to find out, like you said with that. You got to figure it out. You got to feel like I said. I always knew I'd be on some kind of stage, but I diverted from that for 3 decades. I was afraid mentally. That can never happen. I was trained by my outside world, and for me, I see the results now in a lot of people that I work with. They're like a rat in a cage. They're good at something, but they're not happy at doing that something. So what's the reflection of it? Frustration, anger, issues at work. And all this boils down to us being told, no, find the job, don't be yourself. Find a trade and learn a trade. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. And how many people are out there working that hate what they do, but they're really good at it? Well, what transponds from that was you're only hurting yourself. If you're not doing what you would love to do, you're in a world right now that you're going to create a lot of issues mentally, physically, and spiritually in your life. It's not going to pay my money yet. It doesn't matter. If you love what you do, you're never really working. And you and I have talked about this many times on this show, and I talk about it on American Mentor. It's going to pay recompense. in the future if you love what you're doing, because you're going to be an attraction force to bring the opportunities to you. You start living internally, you create a better external life for yourself.
Well, I agree with you, Jerry, but I've met people that they're only happy not doing anything.
I'm not going to go there. I'm not.
No,
I'm not.
They're the poster children for couch potatoes. They just don't want to do anything. They don't want to take any responsibility, and that's where they find their happiness.
Well, you've answered the question. They're doing what they love to do. If
Right.
eating a watermelon, I don't care, man. Whatever you want to do in life. And that's the problem with society. They're always trying to tell people what to do. Well, if people were allowed to be themselves, what kind of world would it be, man? It'd be a very pleasant place. Not that it's not, because all I see is good in this world, no matter what's going on, or I find the good in the world, whatever's going on. But people have to realize for themselves. You find your sweet spot, your happy point in life, and live from there. That's where you're attracting from. You're using a science-based reality now instead of living on a physical-based reality where you're trying and pushing and hustling and grinding out there and striving, but all you're telling the universe is that you don't have it. So therefore you're going to keep hustling and grinding and striving and pushing a narrative like I used to be when I was married to my ex, and I'd be trying to find ways to help the situation, but I knew I was struggling. They'd find me sleeping on my desk in the morning. My kids would wake me up. Here I am trying, when everything I had was right here. Everything I had was right here. I was doing everything that I didn't want to do instead of doing what I really wanted to do.
Well, we all have to allow ourselves to evolve because our passions are going to evolve. Or I would still be in a discotheque somewhere because I love the discotheques. I had a passion for disco.
Mm-hmm. You had a passion for the atmosphere, no? Or the environment per se. Getting on that in that realm.
No, absolutely. And that time, that period of my life still brings fond memories to me. Would I be caught dead in a disco now? No.
But it's a season. You had a great time, and
Yeah.
you learned from it, and it brought you to where you are now. In some form or fashion. You just kept on doing it in a different area of your life. It's always going to draw you back in. I just wish people would grasp that. Whatever they truly desire, whatever their heart is, whatever they feel that they want to have, be, and do in life, it can culminate. It all can happen. But it's a matter of you making the conscious choice to make it happen. And few of us will do that because we're afraid to take a chance. Oh, it's not going to work. Yeah, you've already answered your question there, Meatball. You got to realize if you want to have something, you have to be that something. And being that something is taking a chance. Being it internally, watch how it manifests externally. You start making plans. You start attracting the opportunities. It's not just a physical part that creates it. It's the mental that creates the physical. It's not mind over matter. It's mind that creates matter. And this is the thing that was brought on by many of us. They're taught that the outside world rules our life, when our inside world is what's creating our life. What's your say on that?
Well, I agree. The outside world can have too big an impact on too many people. And, you and I like to throw out cliches. And one cliche that is a modern cliche is dance like nobody's watching.
No, when I let go...
Which is...
Go ahead.
Is follow your passion. And don't be judged because they can't see. They can't understand your passion.
It's all about appearances, huh? We were taught about appearances. How you got to appear good. You got to do this. Follow the, conform. It drove me nuts, and I thought it was me that I was the problem. No, I was questioning the system in place per se. That was all around me in my life, in my schooling, in my work. You had to be a certain way, but you wonder why you're not happy. It's like putting a rat in a cage. And a lot of the associates, I've lost a lot of associates the past several weeks. All of them virtually self-sabotaging the job that they had because they were so frustrated where they are. They were good at it, as Charles was saying. Go for what you're good at, but they weren't themselves. And the few that left that I know personally, I said, go find your passion. I said, because you're good at what you're doing here, you're just not happy doing it. You can't evolve into a good life if you're not happy what you're doing, because you're mentally, physically, and spiritually eventually are going to break down. Or self-sabotage it where you lose it. And I've lost many of opportunities that way in my life. Until I came to the core decision, I took a chance on being who I am now. And I can't tell you, I mean, you see it from your own reflections of your work, how it just grows naturally from there.
Right, and it's all based on taking chances
Mm.
and earning opportunities, which is nothing but another chance to evolve, a chance to
stepping stone after stepping stone. Yeah. But the thing is, it's great because when you in that sweet spot and you're being that best self, and I tell people this all the time on my show, life is going to come at you with the opportunities. You're going to be attracted to the opportunities. And when you let science take over, you say, look, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to be. I'm going to follow this every day. I'm going to script it, going to act it, going to be it, going to vocalize it, and everything in my life. Watch how life starts bringing that stuff to you, man. You really don't have to fight anymore. A lot of people can get past the hustle and the grind. You start being yourself, and life's going to start flowing with that because you're looking at it. You're looking towards it. Opportunities come to you. You don't have to look for them anymore because you're going to be alert to natural cause and effect actions to take within your life.
Absolutely, and you will attract people of the same passions, of the same energy into your circle.
God, I mean, I can scream this from the mountaintop all day. I mean, if you are that person you've always wanted to be, watch what life is going to bring you. This gets me so excited because I know every day, all I got to do is emit who I truly am, and the right people are going to come, man. The right situations, the right opportunity. It's not just optimism. It's understanding your core. You realize what you want. You understand what you're attracting. You just keep going for it every day. I mean, without the effort, it's a natural effect. It's unnatural at first, indeed, because it's new. But transformation is taking the unnatural and turning it into natural. That's taking the biggest chance in your life is just being yourself.
Well, absolutely. And failures and setbacks help you build a foundation for getting where you want to be.
You are I found it exactly, man. You hitting the points tonight. I mean, I didn't even have coffee, and you beat me on tonight, man. Usually I'm the one jacking this thing up. But foundation is key because you're rebuilding the house, which is a great point. But when you're transforming yourself, you're literally rewiring your brain. We've talked about this, the neural pathways, blah, blah, blah. But what that is, it's a new thinking foundation. From a new thinking foundation becomes new chemistry, new reactions, new energy, new destiny. It all flows together, and you can alleviate all the striving and struggling in your life because now you're finally at a place where you become that best self. You're at peace. And you get up every day not having to work, just being yourself, and more work comes to you from there.
Well, Jerry, I think that's a good place to put this one in the can, so to speak. And I think you did a good job without your bionics.
I tried, man. I heard you actually really good tonight, man. I tried.
Well, that's because I wasn't crying in my beer. Even though I don't drink beer.
Yeah. Happy Halloween, and text your ex. I don't think you've got an ex, man. I think I'll text my ex and say, hey, it's National. Forget it.
I assure you I have exes, but I don't have their cell numbers, nor will I text them.
Yes. I only have the kids, Mom. I'm good about that. But yeah, awesome. Happy Halloween, bud.
You too. Have a good New Hallows Eve. All
Indeed.
right. Everybody, this has been Justin Case and Jerry Maldonado bringing you Meatball Perspectives on taking chances. Thanks for joining us. Remember, additional information and links provided in this video is read more. today's the day to subscribe to this channel. Please learn more about Jerry Maldonado when time permits.